Howdy, and welcome back to You've Got People Problems, the podcast where we tackle the leadership challenges that no one wants to talk about, but every business faces. I'm your host, Melissa Ortiz with Activate Human Capital Group, and this is episode 22. Today, we're diving into the power of strategic talent management in a rapidly changing workplace with my guest, Ajay Malik. Ajay is the founder of Studio X, a company that harnesses AI to help you grow your business. He is a seasoned technology executive, author, and leadership advisor with decades of experience building high-performing teams and organizations like Cisco, HP, and Bank of America. Together, we'll explore how leaders can prepare their teams for the future by thinking beyond roles, focusing on outcomes, and creating systems that allow talent to thrive. Ajay shares his perspective on aligning business goals with people strategies, why adaptability is a core competency, and how to design work environments that unlock innovation without burning people out. He emphasizes that success doesn't require a degree, that what matters is capability, curiosity, and the drive to learn. And with an AI as a tool that gives you wings, as he says, we have more opportunities than ever to accelerate growth, to break down barriers, and unleash human potential. So, if you've ever wondered how to keep your team aligned, engaged, and adaptable in an unpredictable market, or if you just need a high on America, this man is a delight to interact with. So I think this conversation will give you some tools that you can put into practice right away. Let's get to it.
Howdy, my name is Melissa Ortiz, and I'm so excited to have Ajay Malik today here with me on You've Got People Problems. Our topic is why you shouldn't care so much about degrees and qualifications when we're thinking about the hiring space. And Ajay, you're someone that has the most warm personality and welcoming energy. I'm so excited to have you here with me and to hear your perspective on this and really where your perspective came from. So I'd love for you to introduce your company and yourself before we dive into my peppering question and answer session. And hopefully we can pull out some really great nuggets for listeners.
Thanks for having me. Very excited to be here. Well, I'm old now, very old. So I've been working for over 30 years, okay? And I have right now I founded this company, Studio X. It's an AI company, and knock on wood, we are doing well. And we I have been in this space for some time now. As you can see, I worked in companies like Google, Cisco in the past. Okay, learned a lot there, right? And one thing really I learned is degrees, don't matter. And this was my first experience was in 2000. Okay, this guy, okay, he was high school dropout, and he was the architect, and he was, oh my God, amazing.
I assume we're talking a systems architect, not a
Yeah,
structural architect.
systems architect,
Okay.
software systems architect, like the stuff which is like, oh, it's difficult and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Oh, he was
But
so,
not for him.
no, not for him. For him, it was, I relied on him. I relied on him for everything. And not just that, he was good. He was extremely good. He was a good thinker. He was extremely hardworking also, right? Everything. Like he completely proved that degrees, certificates, everything are just like a piece of paper. It means almost nothing. You know what? It is a proof of some thing you did, some
Yes.
effort you put. So, it's not bad. It proves that you have done something.
You followed through.
you followed through, you were dedicated. So degrees prove something. But is degree everything? Definitely not, right? And especially now we are in the age of AI. Okay. In fact, 2 years, 2.5 years back, we made a change in company policy. We said skills are no more the differentiator. So we don't care. I'm like, hey, I know this because you know what? It doesn't matter because everybody knows this. Just sit on ChatGPT, Cloud, and you will find out. It's no more you can say, I don't know this. Oh, I am not an expert in this. No, you are. Everybody is a manager of one, at least. Use that AI for your skill. So it's all
Yes.
about using the skill. And now the degrees, all degrees provided, always was the skill. And now, if you are a thinker, and you have AI, oh my God, you do not need to even worry about it. You can do so much. Even the people who are, if you're good with AI, you will become, if not 25 times, but at least 20 times better than what you are in performance just by using AI. So degrees, oh, everything I do, no, it's not the degree.
So it's really interesting to me if you, we're in a place today, I'm on a school board in a small town, and we talk about the fact that half of the jobs the kids in school will have today don't even exist yet. That's crazy to me.
Yes.
Really, what we have to teach them to be as learners. But it seems to me that 30 years ago, this would have been a very provocative statement to make. And if you learned this lesson so long ago, that had to be kind of, I don't know, maybe shocking is too strong a word, but to interact with this gentleman who is so talented and so capable and so professional, from what I'm hearing you say, to realize that decoupling the degree from the professionalism and capacity, did that feel provocative at the time to really understand that you could decouple those?
So I, I will add one twist to it
Okay.
because I was born in India. I moved here in 94, right? And India with the education system, the pressure, and like you have to focus on degrees so that you can do something better. Okay, you can make something out in the
They
life.
become a stepping stone.
Stepping stone, you need it,
Okay.
right? But to me, when you hear America, America is all about not degrees. Of course, America has Harvard, the MIT, everything, but America is not about degrees. America is about entrepreneurship. America is about innovations. America is about following your passion or following your curiosity, right? And doing something. So to me, it was not really shocking. I was like, of course, this is what I expect from an
Is
American.
exactly what I knew it would be.
Yes, this is what an
Okay.
American is. He's innovative, he thinks, he can do, he can change the world. And all those people, like whether it's Steve Jobs or whether it's Elon Musk or anybody, they are all somewhere. They are just in one extreme, and maybe they are more successful. Success is completely separate than the ability to innovate, ability to think, and ability to create or desire to do all those things. And that is America to me. So it was not shocking. I was like, yeah, this is why
Okay.
I came here. This is the people. This is what I want to be with, around with.
Totally fair. This all makes sense to me now. Of course, you found what you expected to find.
Yes, and you know what? And I was like, of course, right? Like I degrees and all. When I they said, oh yeah, he doesn't. He's high school dropout, and I was like, okay. It was not even like, oh really? No, it's okay. And yeah, he's good. It
And
doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. Degrees do not matter to me in any form. And I have seen that again and again, time and again. I have seen. I still have many people in my team who have no degrees, college dropouts, school dropouts, and but it's not about that. And now they are even like they were so good even without using AI because they were thinkers. You have to think. It's like all about problem solving. It's about thinking out of the box, which America is all about. And that's how I see.
it's interesting talking with my husband about our children who are 9 and 11 and thinking about their path. And will their path lead to them to college? I don't know. Where will their path lead them? Because it's never been easier to get an education, to personalize your education, to learn a little thing or a big thing as a self-guided experience. And, short of, being a doctor, being a lawyer, there are some things that really still do require a professional engineer. Those things, there still is a very clear pathway, but so many of the other pathways are falling by the wayside because people are being able to leapfrog over the traditional system, that it just fascinates me. And I think when we came on this topic, I thought, oh, there's so many other directions
There
we
are.
can go with this.
Yes, and it is, and it's good actually. You know what? It was the career, the choices, everything was limited. It was limited. You know what? How do you grow up? US was different, but India and all poor countries, developing countries, it's limited. Okay, these are the choices. Otherwise, it will be hard, right? But slowly you learn that you have to, if you act, see, there is one something else has to be said about. I think you have to enjoy what you're doing. You have to really enjoy. You have to be into it, okay? And to be into it and to enjoy what you want to do, the environment has to support. And I really like, I see that sometimes people think about degrees, it was in when I was in Google, I was like, oh, Google was like, oh, if you are masters, we place you here, or we require masters. And I used to be shocked that of all the companies, Google will do that. Like, why would you even do that? Why would you actually put a degree as a requirement? But the companies still do that. And I think they will learn. They will learn. And I think AI is here to change. AI is actually here to overhaul our system. The whole thing that you have to learn, memorize, and you have to know. It's like, Google came, Google search, and after Google search, I don't need to know anything around me. Okay, I can find what's the best, nearest pizza or nail parlor or school or tuition or anything. I can find it, right? So no more I need to know anything. I just
Yes.
can find it. Google search just enabled it, right? And AI is the next level. It has a skill. All you have to do is just share what you are thinking and ask it clearly, and thou shalt receive.
Yes, yes. Okay, so what I'm hearing you say, because I always gather tips and tricks as I go through these discussions. One of the tips hearing is you don't need a degree, but you do have to figure out what you enjoy. What kind of, it's kind of like I heard this one time, we all have to solve problems. You just have to find the problems you enjoy solving, and that will lead to an enjoyable life. Is that
100%.
kind of what you're saying?
100%. And I tell you, I will tell you my personal example on that. Okay. At one end, I work very hard. Like people will say, you are always working. Okay. You're working in morning, evening, night, travel, wherever I'm working. But if you look at me, sometimes I get actually genuinely very stressed out. I actually think, am I becoming a hedonist? I'm just enjoying. Like I'm not doing anything because I'm just enjoying. I actually get nervous because, like the work I'm doing is so much enjoyable. I actually think this really like,
Is this okay?
yes, is this okay? Is this okay? And I'm like, I become so conscious that maybe I am on the wrong path because I'm just having pleasure. I'm just having fun. I am just having so much enjoyment.
Is it
It's,
supposed to feel more like work? Is that what your brain tells
yeah, I
you?
do not have it. Yes, I do not feel it like work. I do not get that feeling. Even if the timelines are there or something, it's no, I'm just like, I know it is. I actually feel that maybe I'm having too much fun and I need to fix it. I need to fix
But
it.
wait,
I
wait,
need
wait,
to
you're getting
start
paid
working.
to do this.
Yes.
Don't change anything.
Yes, I need to start working. I want to, because everybody is working. I need to work and I am enjoying. Something is wrong in this model.
Okay, so let's talk about your growing team. And if you have this model in your head where the degrees are not the sorting mechanism, and I even heard you say the skills are not the sorting mechanism, how do you identify, or do you have so few candidates that meet your criteria, you only have 5 people apply and you see who you like? Or do you have 500 candidates and you have to filter through them?
All right.
How are you
So,
finding the diamonds in the rough?
oh, so I think well, I think I don't know if our criteria is correct or not. Okay. It works for us. Okay.
Well, then it
And
don't question it.
yes. And so I think the first thing I really look for is if the person is smiling and happy.
That shocks me. Completely shocks me, AJ.
If the person is smiley and happy, I am almost there. Okay, we can work with this person. Okay, and the person can handle things. Okay, and then we generally, if the person is good in conversations, is smiley, happy, and you ask few questions, and the person says, "I can figure it out," and I think. you're almost close to be getting hired. Okay. And then, and in fact, now we don't even do like a very artificial questions or something for interview, right?
Mhm.
Google style or something. No, we do not do that. I think we only look for if the person can, because we are not seeing if can you code, can you syntax, because hey, you can use AI and you can do those things. So this is not I'm testing you for. This is not what I want. I want a partner in the team. I want somebody who we can work together, debug together, solve problems together, and be happy even in the stressful times. So
Yeah.
that's all we look for. And if the person is good problem solver, person shows that they can take initiative, solving problem, thinking, good enough. That's what we look for.
So I'm hearing you say you really focus on culture fit. If they're going to be a good fit within our team, what about their natural approach to problem solving, both behavioral and cognitive? Sounds like that's not a major portion of your
It's no
evaluation.
more. It's no more. It initially we used to do it few years back, but with AI in picture, it's not needed. They can,
Okay.
because you use AI by your side. So you know what, whatever deficiency you have, AI is here to, like, my English is so-so, okay? And my written English was even worse, okay? And everything was okay, managing, right? But now my written English is perfect. Because of
Because
the,
you're using the tools you have at your disposal.
yes. So I don't think the deficiencies, AI is filling such a huge hole for everyone. If they use it, it just completes you in a very different way. So if somebody was already good in English, they may not need AI for English. They may use it for something else. And then just keep using AI and complement yourself, and you will become a much greater version of yourself in some forms.
Yeah. Interesting.
So it's skills don't matter. I'm really into that.
So wait, how do you know you're not just going to hire someone who just convinces you they're delightful, but they don't have any aptitude? How do you gauge?
Yes.
Um,
When we talk, we ask, right? Like, how will you do this? How will you do this? And we
okay,
see what is their approach of problem solving. Okay.
okay,
And approach of problem solving, it's like this. Okay. I give you an example. I have a problem and I say, hey, how will you solve this? Somebody will start writing a solution. Somebody will actually sit with AI and say, hey, I have this problem. I am thinking this. What are the other choices? Who uses AI as a brainstorming partner, right?
yes,
So we look for that. Is the person very open to hearing opinions and from not himself or herself, right? And
yeah,
that's very important because that's what will matter because we will be sitting together and solving using AI also on the side, right? So that is the key. We only look for like, are you able to brainstorm? Are you able to listen to other person? And are you able to question? It's all about questioning. AI is all about questioning. Ask the right questions. Ask, or maybe ask too many questions. Or you know what? You can just tell AI sometimes, hey, I know you gave me this answer, but tell me what questions I should ask to poke your answer solution. And it will give you
oh,
that also, right? So it just,
question you, AI.
yes, like what question shall I ask you? And you know what? That's the key. Are you able to question or able to use the tools? Because it's all about, you know, I recently mentioned this to somebody. We are living in an era where we are now kind of like an orchestra player. Everybody, like, like you have a team of AI agents working for you, and you are just playing it. And you don't need to know everything. You don't need to know how to play every and each and every instrument,
Instrument.
but you know how to get
You
it
need a
done.
good conductor, and
You are the
everybody has to
best
know their
conductor. You are the
instrument.
best conductor then. That's the idea.
Yeah, amazing.
I think
So
your children will do that. Trust me. They will be playing this. They will be the conductors of their lifetime. If they can,
it's
everybody will be a manager conductor.
It's such an exciting time for our economy. It's scary. I'm in an entrepreneurs group with a gentleman who's extremely advanced in AI. And every time I interact with him, I leave feeling stupid and insecure. Like I'm so far away. But then I know like there are a lot of people who are further behind than I am. So maybe it's not just me, but it's intimidating. And it also is time, it takes time to develop these tools. And if you have meetings
I
all
think
day, it's like,
it's because you are ambitious and you want to grow. Okay. But always remember there are 2 billion people without internet in the world today. Okay. So we are very lucky where we are and how far we are. But it's just like, you know what, AI is well, remember that, I just remember that, what was that? Red Bull gives you wings.
yes.
AI gives you wings. That's why we want to fly so bad. We want to fly so bad and we can't stop it. And it's so, you know, everybody who told us in long time back that AI will make you more productive and you will have more time in hand and you will have more time for yourself, it went other ways. Because I have AI, I can do more, and now I want to do more, and I want to do even more than I was doing before. So,
I think this needs to be your new company slogan. AI gives you wings. Like there it is.
it does, it is.
So if tell me, I'm going to go back to this question again because I'm not sure I heard the answer. What type of candidate flow are you seeing? If you have one or a couple job openings, how many candidates are you seeing come through the pipeline
Oh,
that you have to
lot.
evaluate?
Economy is not so good. Economy
Yeah.
is not good for hiring, at least from what I see from my side. A lot of resumes, lot of resumes with degrees, lot of resume with emphasis on degrees, very less resumes with no degrees. Okay, very less. I think people are quite because the world has created a model that people are not even comfortable presenting a resume that does not have degree, right?
Hmm.
That is completely wrong, but that's how the world is. And so people don't apply that much. They should. I wish they should. I wish there were job fairs, specific job fairs, no degree people only. you know,
Yeah.
why not? Because can you use AI and have no degree? Then let's talk.
Do you go as far as, I mean, you've got to somehow narrow down. How do you get from, I don't know, if you're getting 50 or 100 candidates, how
Get
do you
up.
narrow down to who you're going to talk to? Because you only have so much
Yeah,
time
so much
to
time.
feel people out. Do you have AI tell you, interview these 5 candidates?
Actually, we use AI for that.
Uh-huh.
We do AI for resume screening, okay? And AI does tell us that which candidates we should talk or not talk. High, like it kind of ranks
Rank.
ranks them.
Okay.
Okay, so that's how it goes. Okay, so we don't even have like really idea who is we are talking first versus last. And but last does not mean necessarily that the person is not skilled. Last may also mean that hey, that person may not even join us. We are not as big a company for this person. So you know what, the person, you
As
have
the
to.
man who came from Cisco and Google. Okay, I'm going to challenge you on that one.
Hey, everybody has choices. And so you have to see it like this, right? And if the people, and from the resume projects, you can feel that what kind of projects people have done and how much breadth. Okay, so that is one thing we like. If the person has breadth, I think that
Hmm.
our we like if the person has breadth, like person has done cloud, person has done edge, person has done maybe little hardware, person has like fingers in lot of things.
Okay.
We like that because it's like you have more exposure. So if you have more exposure, so you know what, you might be able to solve problems better than the people who have been in narrow area knowledge.
Yeah. You have
Yeah.
more context about the world and the way it works,
More,
maybe.
yes. And if you are
Okay.
like you say, I know this, you know what, like somebody comes and says, oh, I did computer science, but I also did religion. Okay, that's good because
You have
you
a philosophical outlook and
yes.
a technical orientation,
Yes,
is what I
you
hear
want
from that
that.
resume.
Yes, you want that. You want to see that, like if the people have that in, and it will show up in their resume also. The breadth will show up in resume. AI tells you very quickly that there is a lot of breadth here. AI can tell quickly, like a lot of things are words are like meaningless. They are just like the terms have been used, but these things make it look like this person resume is a good resume. And if the person is a cultural fit, go for it.
Does AI screen out for you resumes that were clearly created by AI rather than created by human, or you get bonus points for that?
We don't discriminate if the resumes were created. We I believe in AI people to use it. I am like, I saw some professors and in universities, and I hope you are not doing it in your school. They were like,
Uh-oh, here we go.
okay, yes. Like they were like, oh, thou shall not use AI. No AI. Don't use
Mm.
AI for doing things. And schools are like very picky about it and exams and everything. And I was like, oh wow, these are the people who are saying, Ajay, you have to do this. Don't wear shoes. You have to walk on the terrain without shoes. Don't wear eyeglasses. You have to, it is your natural eyes. No, natural and unnatural has no clear boundary.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, we
It's all
already
about competitive advantage and the tools that you're just, it's like I did when I took my entrance exam for my master's in business, you couldn't use a calculator for any of the math portions. And I was so frustrated, Jay, because it was like, this is ridiculous. When would I ever have to do math without a calculator or Excel by my side? Or it was
100%.
absurd.
I do not multiply numbers without just typing them on Google or going in a spreadsheet. I don't. And that is the whole thing. You know what? When some people say that don't use the tools, they are just saying it's like this. Oh, we never had a microwave oven before. We should not use it. We never had a fridge before, so we should not have cold water. Like it's not like that. These are so backward, right? Like you use every tool to the fullest and let make sure that every tool is available to everybody. And let's see where the world goes.
And for so many of our students that are in school today, prompt engineering might be the most valuable tool they develop in their school years. And if we aren't leaning, it's I have actually three platforms that I talk a lot about as a school board member. One of them is access to technology and AI. One is personal finance, because no matter how smart and well educated you are, that's something that
Nice.
can
I
trip you
like
up.
it.
And the other is interpersonal interactions. If we still have to interact with other humans, and those things can really derail our lives if you end up in a relationship that is very bad, even just
We are
extracting
not
yourself
taught
from
that.
that or you're,
I would add one more thing, if you don't
yeah,
mind.
what?
Language, English.
Oh,
Very high emphasis on English. I tell you, English is like you said that prompt engineering, but people think of it as prompt engineering. It's mostly it's good English. You have to be really good in English. The better you are in English, so you can write less ambiguous. You can write clarity in your English. You can write good sentences, good paragraphs, give clarity. That is a good prompt. So I think people who are good in English, they will do well. So people
that is very unexpected, Ajay.
should.
I would not have expected you to say that, but it makes a lot of sense to me. If you can be clear in your instructions, you get better outputs. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Yes, I think you should actually. I actually think all the kids in everybody's trying to say they should learn this and that. They should be so good in English. People should teach them and they should have emphasis on English and how to write non-ambiguous, clear, clarity in your thought, expressing it, understanding that this word can mean so many things if it's not written in the right way or right
Yeah.
context. That will be a killer. It will lead to victory to a lot of kids.
Oh, this is so interesting to me. I love this discussion. Thank you. Okay, so take me down another path. Help
Yes.
me think about in an organization that's probably evolving so quickly like yours, how do you ensure role clarity? So if I'm an employee and the company's moving fast and our clients are needing different things and we're continually leveling up, how do you help me as an individual employee be clear on what you expect from me, on how I win at work, on how I'm measured in my effectiveness? How do you approach that as a leader?
Right, I will tell you. Actually, we do a couple of things. One thing is in the groups, we keep summary of everybody's role. We keep putting it together and just put it. Every few weeks, there is a message that, hey, this person, this is their responsibility and role. And not like as a title, like the responsibility, what they do. so that everybody knows that they are doing this, and it's just give clarity to everybody around you also. Just a one liner. We do that.
So I have clarity on your team, not only into my role and a pretty frequent update, but also to the people around me.
Around you. So that is works so well because it, yeah, it opens up. Yes, it is so good to, so that you know what, there is no confusion, and then people know, oh, I should go to this person for this, I should go to this person for this. This person knows this, right? Knowing that is very important, right? And of course, and then for each person, we use Google Docs. And
Okay.
it's good collaborative tool. I think it's the best. Okay, no bias.
You would.
And it is, but it is so good. I cannot use anything else. And Google Docs is, we maintain Google Docs for each person.
Okay.
Your role, responsibility, what is your general responsibilities, what is your like things. And then we also discuss what extras can you do so that you can stand out, or you get promoted or get pay raise or something. So so that you should know, right? Like if you're just doing your job well, that is not going to be enough. You have to do, like, you have to have a like, oh, how do I stand out, how do I grow further? So you have to be clear about that. Oh yeah, but if you can do this, that will be awesome, because that is not even part of your job role, but this will be good if you could do this or something like this. And sometimes people do so, and sometimes people take initiative because now they know that initiative counts. Okay, so then they do more. That's what it
Okay, I think there are going to be people listening whose heads are spinning at the idea of updating roles and responsibilities every few weeks.
is.
But I think it's very likely a necessity in your line of work where the world is evolving so quickly. And
You have to know of people around you, and people should, I think. And it's, if you every team, right, smaller team is like 6 7 people, then there is a bigger group, and then bigger group and bigger. I think everybody should know. I think they should all know. And the more they know, it's a good communication also. And it's, what, people see it also. I sometimes tell people, and not sometimes, actually, I tell it all the time, that, hey, look at your resume. And your resume, you have to look at your resume yourself. Is your resume today better than your resume 1 year back? Or are you just doing the same and more, or repeating, or hard working on that? You have to focus on your resume. I can only tell you, guide you that you should focus on that, but you should focus and see what is your resume in 23, resume in 24, resume in 25, how much it has evolved. And if it's not, we have a problem. You have a
hey,
problem.
you're being very provocative here because the idea for a manager of A, encouraging them to refine their roles all the time, then you're telling them that keep refining your resume, which makes it so much easier to leave.
Yes, it is. But you know what? If they love you,
They're
right?
a culture fit. It's
Yeah.
really interesting. So I do a lot of employee engagement surveys where it's anonymous. Well, it's confidential for the employees. They give me their data, our team, and then we process it into team level scorecards. And there's this really two interesting items. One is around challenge at work. I feel challenged in my current job. And one is around being an expert. And what happens is when we first start out, we're not experts and we're really challenged. And over the time, we get less challenged and we become experts. But if we get this sweet spot where they're doing interesting, challenging work that they have expertise in, they never look for another job because they love what they're doing. It's just back to you said, it's sandbox time. I'm getting to solve problems that I love. What more could I want?
Really, at the end of the day, although money matters, but it doesn't matter that much. Okay, because happiness matters more. If you're enjoying what you're doing, you're enjoying, and I think that matters more, because you know what, people, I have people who are working so hard, okay, and they just work, and I don't know what to do. It's like this, and it is for them also. It's like this. This is it, like we're doing it, enjoying it. And but you have to create that environment and give them that freedom to do that. That is one thing a manager has to do. That, okay, do, okay, I'm listening. Okay, it's not what I'm telling, it's I'm listening. Do what you want to do, what you are doing, and you know what, and they do. And then they start doing more and better and better, and the company becomes better because of that. It's a fact. So,
I was literally on a call this morning and we were talking about autonomy. And the manager I was speaking with said her team the organization isn't structured to allow real autonomy. It's like mostly autonomy because there's lots of checks and balances. And she said it's a good thing. But it was interesting how it was clear there was a frustration there. It's like, you can do a lot, just don't do too much. And said, wow,
yeah.
it sounds like you're leaving a lot of value on the table.
You are 100%. It's like, yeah, yeah. Oh, that is where the companies die, because then people start doing 9 to 5 jobs. People
Mhm.
stop thinking, and then it's like a zombie club.
I call them retired on active duty. They're doing enough to not get fired,
Yeah, I have heard that also.
but they're not going above and beyond. There's not extra discretionary effort that's coming along with their
Because you
work.
know what,
It's
you
just,
try, yeah, I give you an example. It's a very different example. It's in the context of India and America again.
okay,
Okay. India is an old country, very old country. So what happens is when you are old and you have seen so much, so then people have experience and stories about everything. So it's like, you know what? Oh, yeah, have done that, tried that, doesn't work. And
they're
you,
jaded, right? Isn't that the
yes,
word for it?
yes.
They're
So,
just
so then
jaded and kind of
people,
grumpy.
yeah, it's kind of like that. It becomes like that. It's changing now, but it's generally that's the main advice. And US is like young country. It's like, the little kid who is walking on the edge of the sofa and who is everybody's
See what
scared that
happens.
it is walking, right? That's the thing. That the desire to take the risk and nobody stopping and letting it happen is almost necessary to succeed. And that is the key, and that's what happens more and more here, and that is what it is. You have to let employees also go free. If they are always like, well, you know what, we are not doing this nowadays. I will revive it. We used to do, yeah, I forgot almost. We used to do, like, the first 30 minutes everybody has to spend time on Google, because Google is dead now, right? So that's the sad part, right?
Don't tell them.
Yeah, I think they know. Yeah, they are trying so hard to make it Gemini and whatever, but it will take them time to become Google again. I think
Yes,
it's sad. Like, 25, 27 years, this is what happens. You are dead.
it's a good run.
Yeah, but Google, we used to do this, like spend 30, 35 minutes on Google and share interesting stuff, and everybody was supposed to continuously looking for that stuff, and that created a good energy. We stopped doing it many years back, yeah. But I think it's
Interesting
a good
stuff like
thing.
funny memes or interesting stuff like
Interesting tech, interesting discoveries, interesting news. Oh, I heard this. Oh, people are doing this, So you are almost like, hey, this is the top news happening. Oh, people are working on this. People think this is good. People are saying, oh, GPT-5 has come, but it's only incrementally better, not so good. So you know what? To get that feedback, review from the world and all those things, that's how you get. And people, but
and
you
through the
have
filter
time
of your
for it.
team. That's very
Otherwise, you are
interesting.
busy. Everybody's so busy. If you get into the work, you will never learn what's happening outside the work. And then you will be suddenly becoming less useful because you don't know how the world is, where it is.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I could go on this discussion for like 2 more hours. So I'm going to
Yes,
wrap us up before we
yes.
go there, and you're going to miss your next meeting, and so am I, and that's not going to work. So here are the tips and tricks I picked up, and you can comment on these, add to them, tell me I got it wrong, whatever. So the first one I have is you don't need a degree, but you do need to enjoy what you do in terms of a recipe for success today and tomorrow. I love this quote, AI gives you wings. Lean in, don't be scared like I am. You need to just be here for it. The one that caught me by surprise that you shared was that good English skills are a secret weapon in AI skill building.
Yes, very
It was
important.
amazing.
Yes.
It also kind of blew my mind, the idea that, but it's not surprising, the idea that your team is refining roles and responsibilities so frequently. And then the idea of, in addition to the definition of what I'm supposed to be doing, how do I stand out? How do I go beyond, above and beyond? And where is there real benefit to be had?
Everybody should know always. Am I taking the step that is going to take me in the direction where I want to go? Like I have to tell you this. I know we are at the end of the hour. Uh, when I was in with Bay Networks was a company. It was like a Cisco competitor. Long time
Okay.
back, became Nortel. It was a good company, very good company. And there, my boss, Basil Alwan, he's a top guy even now. I think somewhere big shot. Okay, so that was the thing that hey, I want to hear what do you want to be, where you want to be in 5 years from now. And it's a hard question to answer, or 10 years from now. So you start thinking, what do you want to be? And then he will say, so you want to be like a VP engineering? You want to be a VP business development, VP sales, CEO? What do you want in 5 years and 10 years? So suddenly you are like questioning yourself.
Yeah.
And you are thinking because you are not really thinking, right? Because that question is like suddenly, oh, I have to really think about because most of the
It's a
time,
challenge in itself is the question.
yes, we don't plan your career that well. Nobody does, I
Yeah.
think. And so you ask the question, but the best part of that question will be not the question itself. Then, so you want to become the VP business development. So what are you doing today that will actually take you into that role? And you are like, oh my God, I'm doing nothing. My job is
No, I'm busy
not
being
even,
busy.
it's not in the right direction. Okay. Or maybe it is in the right direction. Or what will you do tomorrow? So suddenly you are thinking and you are planning for your career. It's a runtime planning and thinking for career. I think that I learned there. And that was so good. Like always think. Because a lot of times, career happens.
It, most of the time. Did
Yeah.
you know? Did you know this was the direction you were headed? Do you know you wanted to be in the driver's seat in the CEO seat?
No, not like that. Not where I am. Yeah, I'm very lucky. So, but I enjoyed. Oh, so you know what? I did not even want to be manager. I was senior engineer. I was doing good and I was very happy. And my wife said, you have been 8 years in your job. You haven't become manager. That sounds like a loser. And I was like, oh, I need to be manager now. And I
So
actually,
really, it was your wife who pushed
yes,
you on to say,
to
"Oh, I can't be a loser."
yeah. And I went to my manager. Her name was Jane Lee, and I was like, oh, you have to make me manager. Right? And she said, we don't have any position like that right now, right? We will do something, but I have to become manager. Then I looked outside and applied and I got a job for manager. And then I went and I told her, hey, I got an offer. And that was Cisco at that time. I said, I got an offer from Cisco and they are making me manager. Okay. So I have accepted it. Okay. Because, and she was like, no, 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 no. We really like you. No, no. Okay. Let me see what I can do. And then I waited in her room for 10 minutes and she came back with an offer letter and promoted me. And I was like, oh. And then I did not join Cisco, I stayed because I like these people already and they are doing everything what I want to do or happen in life. So that's how my career moved from engineering to management.
So really, the lesson here in this entire podcast is that behind every man is a really awesome woman.
Always, always. Wife or
Always,
mother or daughter.
yes, yes, always the women pushing. This is
Push it.
what we do best.
Yes.
Um, Ajay, this has been the most delightful conversation. Thank you for your time. If people want to get a hold of you or your team, what is the best way that you'd like to have people reach out?
LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the
Reach
best.
out.
Look for Studio X, look for my name. I reply. I'm good in replying.
Excellent. Well, you seem to be a very engaging conversationalist with so many interesting points of view on leadership, and it was a pleasure having you. So thank you, and I hope to have you back again on You've Got People Problems. Well, that's a wrap on this episode of You've Got People Problems. If you got something out of the conversation, make sure to subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with the other leaders in your network, because let's face it, we all have people problems. You can watch full episodes on YouTube or listen on your favorite podcast app. But either way, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.